We start the show tonight with a question. Is Pakistan turning into a vassal state of China? It's a question that we have asked repeatedly on this show, and the answer on all occasions has been a resounding yes. A, because of the exorbitant debt that Pakistan owes China. B, because of the predatory investments that it accepts from China. C, because of the diplomatic orders that it takes from China. And D, because of China's growing military presence in Pakistan. Enough reasons to consider Pakistan as a colonial client state of the Chinese regime. And Pakistan knows this. The world knows this. And now China is saying this as well. Only that its terminology is slightly different. I have a report with me tonight. It has been released by the Pentagon. It is based on data that's compiled by China itself. And here's the most telling excerpt. PRC ranks Pakistan as its only all-weather strategic partner, quote unquote. That's right. China has admitted that Pakistan is its only time-tested strategic partner, come what may. Not Russia, not North Korea, not even Sri Lanka, but Pakistan. Now the question is, what does China mean by this statement? On the face of it, the explanation is fairly simple. China views Pakistan as a key ally in achieving its global ambitions. That is what the report states, and that is how the Pakistani media is selling it. Look at this headline. It's from Dawn, Pakistan's largest and oldest English newspaper. Here's what it says. China seeks to achieve its national rejuvenation objective by 2049 with the help of international partners such as Pakistan. Pakistan is also one of the places that China has likely considered as locations for military logistics facilities. So what do we make of this? How do we perceive such statements from China? Is Beijing trying to tell the world that its ties with Pakistan are rock solid despite the change in the country's dispensation? Or is it trying to keep Pakistan in its ambit by singing praises of their bilateral relationship? If yes, what are its intentions behind doing this? Let's take all these questions one at a time. Look at what the report states. To improve its diplomatic support further, the PRC also seeks to create what it calls a comprehensive global partnership network of its strategic partners to form a global circle of friends. I repeat, a global circle of friends. Unfortunately, China does not have one, at least not for now. Pakistan is its best bet. The rest of the world mostly has a transactional relationship with China. Look at the words that it has used to describe the others. In the case of Russia, China calls it its only comprehensive strategic partner with coordination relations. In the case of Brazil and some states in Asia, China says it has all-round strategic partnership relations. But when it comes to Pakistan, Beijing describes it as an all-weather ally. This may sound like music to the ears of many leaders in Pakistan, but what does this so-called alliance really entail? Who does it really benefit? Pakistan or China? Yes, Beijing helps Islamabad financially. It provides them with loans when asked. It provides them with roads when asked. But it did that for Sri Lanka as well. Look at where it got them, to a state of turmoil. Will Pakistan meet the same fate? Well, it sure looks like that. Look at the numbers. Chinese investments in Pakistan have recently topped $60 billion. And if we speak of dues, Pakistan owes China around $30 billion. According to the IMF, that's almost 30% of Pakistan's entire debt. Now, what does this make Pakistan? An all-weather ally or an all-weather slave? And I don't say this without reason. If we go by Pakistan's financial situation, the mess, repaying billions is out of the question. So Pakistan is repaying in kind by surrendering its foreign policy, by ceding its sovereignty to China. It's like the old restaurant story. You eat out, but you cannot pay the bill. So what do? You stay and wash the dishes. This is what Pakistan does in return for Chinese money, in all seasons and all weathers. For China, it's nothing new. It has made a habit out of getting nations caught in a debt trap. Simple but sinister stuff. It saddles smaller countries with loans. And when they cannot repay, China colonizes them. It takes over their strategic assets. And this is exactly what China is doing in Pakistan. Look at this report. It was released by the Pentagon in 2017. It says China is planning to set up military bases in Pakistan. And now look at this report. It says Beijing wants a Chinese security company to guard Chinese interests in Pakistan. Which other country in the world makes such investments in its so-called ally nations? I cannot think of any besides China. And I cannot think of any country that accepts such initiatives besides Pakistan. So you get the point here. China wants to militarize Pakistan in the name of protecting its investments. And it does not take a genius to guess what its real intentions are. Convert Pakistan into another Chinese province, at least virtually. The government of Pakistan may not accept this, but the people have sensed China's intentions, and which is why Chinese investments and Chinese nationals in Pakistan are coming under attack. In April this year, a suicide bomber targeted Chinese nationals in Karachi. 3 of them were killed. In July last year, there was another attack. 10 Chinese engineers were killed in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And in April last year, there was a blast in Quetta. The Chinese ambassador himself narrowly escaped. So clearly, the public sentiment is shifting. There is opposition to Chinese investments in Pakistan. So what does Beijing do? It comes up with reports like these, calling Pakistan its only all-weather ally. Unfortunately, such statements do not fool anyone except the Pakistani leadership. And then again, what choice do they really have? They cannot repay the billions that they owe China. They cannot put an end to Chinese projects. They cannot shut Chinese power plants. And above everything else, they need China to support its nefarious campaign against India at the United Nations. So if Pakistan says no to Chinese overtures on its soil, its power plants could shut down, its factories may stop working, its coffers could go empty, and its campaign against India could suffer setbacks. So there are no easy choices for Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif or any Pakistani Prime Minister for that matter who may follow him. So my point here is simple. Pakistan is not China's all-weather ally by choice, but due to compulsion. The country is caught in an abyss of its own making, an abyss it may never really emerge from. But China will definitely keep pushing other countries into the same quagmire. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.